We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Hear the drummer get wicked. Here we go again. Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What up, bro? I figured it out.
Yo, man, what was it?
What up, though? Every single time.
No.
What up, though?
Never,
Yeah, watch.
Never paid it.
Yeah, now you gonna notice it every time they say, "What up, though?"
Never paid attention to it. Like I never. It put this. Even if they did, and I'm not down you. I never knew that it was like a thing. So no, never even paid attention to it, bro.
I think it's like a Detroit thing too.
I don't know, man. My boy Courtney from Detroit. I never heard him like specifically just this is what he say all the time. Like it ain't like how somebody from the crib is already what it do. You know what I'm saying? Like nah, I never knew that.
You should
was
call him and ask him, bro. You should call him and ask him.
Yeah, ain't no telling. I might have to do that, bro.
Yeah. Let me see if I got his number. I think I do. Matter of fact, I think I know I do. Yep. Yes, I do. Let's see. Let's see if he answers.
Hello.
Good brother Courtney.
Happening.
This is Ahmad and Charles from the Slash Brothers podcast. We just had a quick question for you, brother.
What's cracking?
Hey, in Detroit, do people say what up, though?
Of course.
Okay,
really?
See, Charles. So on BMF, that's how they greet each other. And so he was like, oh, Courtney from Detroit. So I was like, all right, we got to call and see.
Is that a Detroit thing?
That's automatic.
I never heard him say that before. I've never heard you say that, dude.
Well, you're not from the D, though. See, normally, if I talk to anybody from the D, it's off top. Like most people, if I say what up, though, they won't say it back. So if I'm talking to somebody from the crib, it's all day.
That's what's up.
Okay, I get that. I can see that. I can see how like like for us, right? If we talking, all the Texas lingo comes out, right? But if somebody from here was like, bro, I ain't never heard you say half of that before. I think Sarah said that before, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hear you go like that. But no, I never heard you say that before, though, bro. We were talking because he was like, yeah, how on BMF, how they greet each other like every time. I was like, never paid attention to it, that it was a thing. He was like, no, every single time they say it. I was like, no, Courtney from Detroit. And I never heard him say any specific thing every time that's associated with Detroit, though, bro. Learn something new every day, I suppose.
No, yeah. If you used to go back home with me or whatever, then it would be off top. But maybe I'll start saying it to you so you can start hearing it now.
Now, listen, I'm going to be checking.
Listen,
I'm going to be checking for it. Listen, we going to they having the draft in Detroit next year. We going. I'm checking for it then.
All day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all you gonna hear. I can guarantee you that.
I'm keeping a note of that one.
We appreciate you being a friend of the show, bro, and we definitely
no doubt.
We definitely can't wait to see the new works that comes out. But yeah, I'm glad you schooled us on that.
No doubt.
All right, bro.
All right,
peace.
Yeah, that is hilarious though, man. No, never knew it was a thing, though, bro. But they do. We are having they have the NFL draft that's going to be out in Detroit next year, though, bro. And that's what we basically said. Yeah, we going to the draft, the whole festival. We doing the whole 9 yard up there, though, bro.
Yeah. Well, look, bro, we got some stuff to talk about. Let's get that music popping out.
Let's do it.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
If you smell what the rock. It doesn't matter what your name is.
The greatest podcast of all time.
Listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube pages. We are live on both platforms at the same time. Whenever you click on the bell, you get the notification that your boys them is doing a thing. What up, though? That is funny though, man. Listen, are we caught up by now? I know there was one thing that we didn't talk about that
What's that?
still wanted to. You and I may have talked about it, but I don't know that we talked about it on the pod.
What's that?
Did you see? We didn't talk about the Dwight Howard DMs?
Nah, we ain't talked about it. I didn't even really think it was a conversation, really.
Listen, okay, so peep it. I think that this came out on Baller Report or the Shade Room or something like that, maybe like a month ago, where apparently somebody was, I don't know if it was just like an extortion attempt or whatever though, man, but a cat was basically posting, private messages between him and Dwight Howard. I didn't get the whole I didn't get the whole gist of the history behind it, but for what it seems like Dwight Howard may have slid into his DM, established some kind of relationship with homeboy. Seems like a very physical, sexual relationship with this dude or whatever. And then now, for some reason, everything that kind of fell out of good graces with each other, though, man. But I think that beyond everything, right? I think that the part that still was a little surprising to some, right, is that this is yet again another one of those Dwight Howard supposedly being exposed attempts, right? And it seems like it happens like once or twice a year. It seems like I know that there was one last year, one before, but I'm not gonna lie. I thought that this one was kind of interesting, but I wanted to get your take on this though.
To be honest, bro, I thought it was a non-story because it's 2023, and the thing is that we've seen the jokes, we've seen the memes, like the apple bottom jeans with him with his picture in it. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I didn't think it was really news because it's like, at this point, you're guilty probably from the court of public opinion, where it's like people already think what they're gonna think. So does this give this extra confirmation? Okay, maybe. But at the same time, it's so normal that sometimes that celebrities or whatever have a different set of lifestyle, because even in the text message, right, he doesn't consider himself gay. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the thing that's jacked up is because private messages were released. And I think the problem that I have is because, I understand it ended up being physical, like meaning that I think he ended up beating up the model over it. So if that's the case, then okay. But if you just release them first, then the thing that Dwight Howard should have did was press charges for defamation of character or releasing private messages that shouldn't have been public. You know what I'm saying? So that's the direction I think it should have went in. But because he put his hands on him, that's where it becomes a different situation. But again, to me, it's a non-story for me, only because of the fact, like I said, it's at this point, I thought everybody just assumed that he was. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, so that's a good question. So my follow-up question for you is that if everybody assumes that he does, I guess based off of conventional definition, right? Why when he says I'm not, right? what he's doing and his explanation exactly that though?
I honestly think that there's still some people in his inner circle, in his family, that probably don't know what he does. And again, this is still a private issue. You know, this doesn't need to be public. Like, we don't go out saying, "Hey, I'm straight, I'm straight, I'm straight." Like, that's just not a thing. So my thing is that whatever he's doing behind closed doors is still his business. And if he doesn't want certain people to know about that right now, he has the right to that. Unfortunately, yes, with the conventional definition of what we consider gay or straight or whatever the case may be, this does fall under the line of being gay.
I think I would imagine that, like, when he says, "Hey, you know what? I'm not gay, but from time to time I like to do some extra freaky stuff or whatever." And I'm just like, well, I can totally understand. If sometimes you might want to do some little extra stuff or whatever, but I just figure that, you know, I'm not someone who defines all of the alphabets in the LGBTQ, the alphabet community, but I'd imagine that once you're a man and you and do those things with another man, then that to me is what makes it gay. I'd imagine, right? If he says, "No, I like to do these things with women," then to me, I'm like, all right, cool. That's not, I don't think that's gay, right? I think that when you're doing those kind of acts with another woman, that's hey, that's freaky. That's your cup of tea. But I think that the minute that you say, all right, you know, I like to do these things with men, that's the gay part. That's gay.
Here's the thing. In our culture, right, we always typically say that females are allowed to experiment, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're gay. But the moment a dude experiments, it's over.
Okay, so here's how we can test that right now, right? So if you would date a girl, right, who's been in a relationship with another female before, though, would you? I guess I'm going to assume I know your answer to that, but I'm asking you: would you date a female who said no? I used to. I used to be in a whole relationship with females, with a female, or that's yeah. I'm with you. You know, females that will say, "Oh, like I'm just attracted to the person," yada yada yada. But yeah, I used to date a female before, and it was the whole shebang. We had sex, we had a relationship, it was everything. And now I'm not like I'm flip flopping. I'm with you because I like you though, right? I'm with you. But that would be, to a guy, I'd imagine that would be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would find that to be acceptable, right? But the flip side, I don't know any females that would say, yeah, okay, all right. So what, they used to like to be with men, but then here's the other part to that. I mean, Dwight Howard has a bunch of kids. Unless they like that. But Dwight Howard has a bunch of kids. So I'd imagine this isn't going to be anything that would stop him from getting more chicks.
No, because I don't, again, in his mind, he's not gay. Like, he just, according to his text messages, it said that, hey, he likes to be a little freaky sometimes. That's what it. So again, if he doesn't consider himself gay, who am I to say what it is? We're just talking about what the classic definition of what that would mean. So yeah.
That boy said he want that meat. Listen, bro.
You know what that reminded me
part
of?
There.
It reminded me of you remember Half Baked where he said, I want some cocktail. Fruit.
Yo, when he said I want that meat,
yeah,
nah, you can't. There's no way that you can. You know, I don't. Nah, there's no way that you could, unless you say, yeah, you know, I want that. I got a taste for that meat, and you say, yeah, bro, your medium well steaks go hard. You know, you got them Omaha steaks. You got that Ruth Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I ain't seen none of that, though. Go somewhere. Well, look, I don't think that. Listen, I don't think that you have to come out and say, no, I'm straight, or no, I'm gay. But bro, like, come on, man.
Yeah, but again, like I said, I think for me, because it's still a private conversation, it should have never come out. But the fact that it is, I'm not judging that, man. Whatever he decided to do is on him. But in the same light, you had Wayne Brady come out and say that he was like pansexual. Which from what I understand, it kind of means that you're just kind of fluent with like it doesn't matter, right? You just attracted to who you're attracted to. He said he said because bi seems to be just two, and like for him, he's like, it doesn't matter. That could be trans, that could be man, woman, what, like, so everything. And then on top of that, you had will.i.am come out and say that he was feminine. He said now he grew up with a bunch of females, his mom, his sisters, or whatever. So he's real feminine, but he likes women, but he does embrace his feminine side though. So that, I mean, like I said, at this point, most people just look at celebrities and just think they all over.
Hey, listen, man, I think that the crazy thing about the Wayne Brady is that I almost interpreted Wayne Brady as in, hey, I like men, but I've never been with the men. I haven't had a chance to be with men. I just find men attractive enough, but and maybe it's because
I don't know what happened to your setup, but you sure went mute for a second. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think he did say something to the effect that he has never been with a man before, but he is attracted to everybody, and so he does find men attractive too, but just never acted on it, or whatever the case may be. So he seems to be still exploring options on figuring out exactly what he is, and I like that he's just doing the research to make sure that he's quoting it appropriately, because people are so sensitive about it, and especially since he chose to actually bring it up, because I don't even know. I don't even know if that was in the midst of an interview or something. Somebody might have asked him or whatever the case may be. But the fact that, like I said, he's actually doing his research and figuring out exactly what it is, because he went so far as to really say that, no, it's a little bit more than bisexual. So, yeah.
I thought I did think it was interesting though. Like I thought that when he was basically saying, yeah, I think that, listen, I know what I think, but I think that the part of him saying, hey, you know what, I think he said I've never been with a guy, but hey, I could see myself going that way. I just haven't yet. So I was like, oh, that's that. I've never heard it explained that way before, but hey.
To each his own, brother.
To each his own.
Yeah. Speaking of relationships and sexuality, it looks like let's get into this Usher and Kiki, bro. So everybody kind of knows of the infamous Usher show. Well, first of all, a lot of people go to the Usher concert, and he will pull some out the crowd and do his thing as part of his set or whatever the case may be. Janet Jackson kind of does it on her set, but Usher right now is killing it in Vegas at his residency, and he's pulling people on stage and doing his Usher stuff. And one particular night, obviously, he pulled Keke Palmer on the stage, who he is friends with, and that caused an extreme backlash online because her baby daddy came out and was basically like, look, man, you somebody's mama, and you out here doing all of this, that, and the other. And so that caused a lot of drama. Of course, a couple people went in basically like, how you gonna tell this woman what she cannot do? She out here on a girls weekend kicking it, doing her thing. Him and Usher are friends. Her and Usher are friends, so it's just like, what are you really tripping over? It's just entertainment. And then of course you got people that's like, look, didn't he kind of see her before she left the house if they lived together, so to speak? Like, and I even heard rumors that he took pictures of her and posted it on social media before she even went out. So he obviously knew exactly what she was wearing, because part of his commentary on social media after the fact of the Usher stuff was that the outfit that she was wearing, because it was kind of see-through. But you know, she's back after dropping that baby weight and wanted to show off a little bit, and she's going to have fun with her girls at the Usher concert, which is also interesting because I know your wife is headed to go see Usher, so I'm interested in thinking what would you do if Usher put her on stage? But we'll get into that a little bit. But fast forward. So since then, Usher released his new video called Boyfriend, and some of the lines is in it talking about your boyfriend. I heard your boyfriend's mad at me, whoopty whoopty whoop. And lo and behold, the leading lady in the video is Keke Palmer, who is actually singing Usher's parts. They're doing dance routines together and everything. So it's super interesting that we're back to this narrative, but now they've kind of like taken what social media has been talking about and put it into the form of a music video. So let me ask you this before we get into that, before we get your Charles reading between the line theory. Like I said, your wife is on the way to go see Ursh. What you doing if he pull her on the stage, bruh?
Okay, so this is the thing. Technically speaking, I can't do nothing because I'm here, right? She's actually going to his last show in Vegas. So there's nothing that I can do, right? But
I'm talking
like
about hold on. I'm saying you
if I'm there.
No. You're not there, right? But somehow this particular performance, because it's the last one, it gets recorded and it's posted all over Twitter, all over X, all over the gram. And Neek was got the one that's got pulled on the stage, and that boy Ursh is down there urshing her down, bro.
Listen, man. I mean, like this. I know my wife enough to know that we would have to have some kind of a conversation, right? Because I know that even still, like if this was me and I was the one going on stage for Janet Jackson, especially the prime Janet Jackson, right? If I'm doing prime Janet Jackson, I know for sure she would have some. She would jokingly tell me something, right? So I at some level I would have to do the same thing, right? I can't. If I'm there, that's a whole different story, right? But if I'm not, I got to eat that. Ultimately, I got to eat that. But I think that this is the reason why I don't think that it was anything. Like, don't get me wrong. I do believe like Usher could very well have cranked out this song, whole video, the whole 9 yards, all within a month that this happened, right? I think that it's possible. But I think that for somebody of his schedule, I would imagine for her schedule, it seemed like this was just already something. This was already something in the works. And listen, and not just that though. I think that her boyfriend came out today and was like, "Listen, I ain't talked to nobody. So if anybody's telling you that I've said something that they heard or whatever, I haven't spoken to anybody. That's just a lie." And even after he said he posted that, he didn't come back and say anything after everybody said all of their stuff though, bro, about it. So it's like when I look at that, I think that, bro, it was just all part of a gig though, bro. I think that it wasn't anything more. I never took it serious. And I think that it was mainly because like I follow her on IG enough to kind of get a sense that her and him kind of joke around in that regards a good bit. So when he said, "Yo, you somebody whole mama out here," I thought that he meant that in a joking way. And so when people were like jumping on him, like, "Oh, that's what's wrong when men can't handle this, that, and the other," blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking like, listen, for starters, he scooped her on up. He winning already. He got a baby with her. He's still winning on top of that. I just don't like, I don't get the backlash that he was getting. But the long of that is that he's having to listen. It's Usher, and to some people, it's Usher. With him, he's like, "All right, listen, I bagged her as well. So if I'm him as well, I'm thinking like, listen, I got my own, you know what I'm saying, sauce." So he might not be as impressed by that as somebody else, but he got to eat it though, bro. And to be honest with you, I think that he's been taking it on the chin very well because he's never said anything about it, though, man. He's let everybody else do the talking, and I think that he's let them do the talking because he knew about it.
I think the reason why people were giving him flack in the beginning, because if it was a real issue, why take it to social media and not have the conversation directly with her, is what people were kind of saying. And again, they were having some sort of issue like, bro, if she lived with you, how you not see that outfit? Unless she bought an outfit, right, and took it to Vegas in her luggage and he never saw it, and then boom. But you know, like I said, the rumors were that he took pictures of her and posted it to his social media. So I don't know.
Right.
Like I said, those are the rumors.
And women can't give me, and you can't give me the, oh, she a grown woman, she can wear whatever. Because even in that case, though, right? Yeah, she could have basically showed him. And if he had a problem with it, that's one thing. But even if she had a secret outfit, that ain't something that a grown woman would do. So nah, man. I listen. I'm gonna be honest. I'm on his side, bro. I don't even know his name, but I'm on his team. If they had a team, whoever, I'm on his team because, like, I think that he's done a good job at eating all of that, though, bro. He hasn't said nothing. He's just been letting everybody talk because at the end of the day, I don't think that he'll be able to win that court of public opinion, though, bro. And at the same time, if it was something that, you know what I'm saying, if it was a fix, if the gig was already in, though, bro, I think that him saying anything messes up all of that, though, bro. So I think that he to me, I'm on his side, though, bro. I don't think that he's in the wrong whatsoever on this one, bro.
So you saying, so in WWE terms or in wrestling terms, you saying that it's a work?
It's a work. It's a job. He's jobbing right now. It's a work. Now, if he did it while if that now listen. Now the question is, here's the thing: if he does this while I'm there, if I'm there and attending the concert with him as well, and he's singing to my girl, that's all cool. But I'm watching his hands. And I'm watching how far he actually goes. If he's just singing, and if he even gets on his knees, he's doing everything the whole time. I'm watching his hands, though, bro, because then, see, I personally don't think that Usher did anything that was disrespectful, because to be quite honest with you, I'd imagine that he would push the envelope as far as she would allow him to push the envelope, though, right? And so, but at the same time, if I'm there in person and he doing that, I'm kind of watching his hands ready to take off on him. If for some reason, if he's just going further than what I'm thinking, like, all right, bro, now you ain't entertaining. You kind of disrespectful now, bro. So that's
he's been pretty professional, because Joe Budden, him and his girl went and he pulled her up and everything and did whatever. So Joe Budden was cool with it because he was like, oh, that's Ursh. He doing his thing. But Kiki was the one that was throwing it back at us. That's what everybody was saying. So I ain't seen the video.
But I think that that's what you're supposed to do, though, right? Like, come on, right, man. Like, I'm not mad like this, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. If my wife was doing the exact same thing that she did, I'm not gonna be mad about it, bro. I'm not. I'm very put like this, though, man. I think that homeboy has to be very comfortable with his status of his relationship for him to be taking all of this on the chin. And I'm not going to be mad that, you know what I'm saying, if Neek went a little extra with, it's a one-time thing. It's Usher. It's for the entertainment. I get it. But especially seeing that his girl is an entertainer, I would totally understand why that would even be more of a reason for her to just say, I'm going to give y'all a little extra sauce. Whatever. Yeah. I'm straight with it, though, bro.
Yeah, it's really not that big a deal. Like if me and Sarah had went to the concert, bro, and Usher pulled on stage, I'd be like, hey, that's dope.
Now it would be dope. Now listen, how far before you think it's just dope? If he brings on stage and he picking her on up, lifting her on up, he got her legs wrapped around his waist. It's just, that's what I'm saying. Like certain stuff, it's like it's cool.
But there's some extra stuff. But like I said, I haven't heard through all the shows he's done. I have not heard one as to where he's went too far or whatever the case may be. This is only an issue because he actually said something on X. If he didn't, nobody would even say anything. They'd have just been talking about her outfit and just saying,
did Usher write the song? You think Usher wrote the song, bro? He
I
got
think
Sean
he is.
Garrett to write that song, bro.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, he's in music mode right now. So I know he got a studio
I
where he's
think
at.
Yeah, but I don't doubt that he could have done it though, but it just seems to me more likely that this I'm gonna tell you, I think what's more likely is that she was already gonna be in this video. And he told and Kiki told her that he was going to pull on stage, he was going to do this and the other because it worked well with the single that he's going to release with her as the video girl in it already. So that's what I say, it was already a work. That's why I think that. Now, is it possible that he could have just whipped his own out and had the visual ready in 2-3 weeks after? Yeah, but I just don't think that it's as likely though, bro.
No, I do think he knew what his tour was going to do or what he was going to be trying to do for his tour. Like it already
Sure.
has had it's already been a thing before the Kiki thing, right? That this concert was the Steal You From Your Man tour or something, something to that degree. So I just think Usher's just being an entertainer. That's just what he had set to do in his concert. And like I said, as much as he's been doing this is the first issue we've ever heard.
Listen, and by the way, just for the record, I totally think that my wife would jump on stage with Usher, though, bro. I don't think that she would hesitate to, though, bro.
Yeah,
I don't think that there would be any delay. We don't do hall passes around here first and foremost. First and foremost, ain't no hall passes. But she's always been. You know what's funny? She was a big Usher fan, and this was crazy. I think that she was a big Usher fan until he got married, and then it was almost it's almost like if you have a crush on somebody and you were like, oh, it's fine, you got a crush, they they crush, and when they got married, it's almost like, dang, there go my chance then. So you didn't marry, that's it though. At first I thought it was kind of like that, you know what I'm saying, because he's technically not available, he's taken off the market. So she was like, dang. That's how it feels.
I feel that. Well, speaking of off the market, bro, apparently Lizzo's boyfriend is now leaving her, and it has something to do with the allegations. So let me ask you this: do you think this is because he feels that she's guilty, or the pressure is getting to him and it's causing conflict in his regular day-to-day life? Or are they just having issues, like just regular relationship issues, and it's run its course? What are you kind of thinking based upon this?
I think it's regular relationship issues, because here's the thing: I don't know who her boyfriend is. Who is her boyfriend? Like, I'm serious, like not just saying. I'm like, who is her?
No, I don't know.
So either. Seeing that, right? Yeah. So saying that, I don't know what he does. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I guess it's possible, right? That, hey, you kind of getting this your relationship, your issues is impacting my other stuff. I don't know. It's almost like when Nicki Minaj basically was with Meek Mills, and it seemed like Nicki Minaj was like, yo, you kind of your legal issues is kind of seeming to impact, and people made it seem like it was impacting her business relationships and deals, and so it made sense for her to distance herself from him or whatever. If that was true, I guess I would get it. I just think, to me, I think that it just seemed like it was just the thing. If that's true, it just seems like it's more likely that it's running the course, though, bro. But if you're telling me, because you think about that, if you're telling me that is this a sign that he's seen some evidence more? Like, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I think his name is Mike.
I don't know who he is, though.
Mike Wright, I think is his name. Let's see.
What does he do?
That part I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You make me want to look at this. Let me see somewhere.
Yeah, just pull him up, because I'm sitting up here struggling over here. It ain't doing like it's normally doing. StreamYard and updated.
Yeah,
MYKE
boyfriend. Let me just.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
Lizzo breakup rumors spark with Mike Wright. let's see something here. What does Mike? Hey, there you go. People ask, what does Mike Wright do? He has his own designer company. No. It's just running this course, then, bro.
You don't think the allegations got something to do with it though?
No. And
Because
listen,
it's like
here's the
guilty
thing
by
about
association.
it could, but here's the thing about it. It also makes me. I would also believe, right, that Lizzo enhances his profile and his brand, right, and he basically has a Detroit-based luxury clothing brand, right, and he also founded his own designer and innovation company called Yumi. Says which is focused on improving the quality of human life through products and experience. So he's a fashion guy though, bro. I don't think so, man. I'm just gonna say, like, listen, until I see something that says these were the hard facts that were found, and if Lizzo was truly found guilty of that, then I would also believe that he said, "No, that's too much," right? This brings up a whole nother question, right?
What's up?
So is this one of those things that, like, okay, is this one of those things that guys typically just ride with your girl on? Like, I know that females have you always talk about a ride or die chick, right? And do guys ride with chicks like that, like this, like even throughout R. Kelly's issues, right? He's always had some girls who have always rode pretty hard with him and everything like that, right? And even when you talk about other people who've had other scandals, right? You have Hillary Clinton, right, and Bill Clinton, all throughout their scandals and everything. She's still married with them to this day. And maybe if it's just on paper, but are guys expected to ride like that? Like I'm sitting here trying to think, like, ride or die. Like, this seems like something that's an easy thing to ride with, bro. Am I tripping? Like, I know that it's a harsh if it's true, but I think that this is something that's a rideable thing to me.
I think so. I mean, we have a few examples. I mean, of course, the most famous one that people would go back and say it would be, Will Smith and Jada, allegedly.
Okay, but that's not anything criminal. That's not anything. I'm talking about so for starters, the Lizzo issue. That's something that's a civil kind of thing, right? I don't think that there's anything criminal, or this is just attacking her character.
I was more so in the vein of riding with. I'm not comparing because I don't know. I don't know another situation where it would be something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not unless you want to say, who is them people that, what's old girl, Aunt Becky from Full House. You know what I'm saying? With the legal stuff that she's doing.
Okay.
So is her husband still riding with her? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'd imagine that because if those is his kids, and he would. But I'm just sitting here thinking, like, usually, right? So, like, okay, so I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, so let's say Gunna was with Chloe, right? Chloe Bailey, and so when he was with her, and then he went through his legal stuff, and at first she was riding with him, right? And then I don't think that they're together anymore, though, bro. I think that there's a video of him just kind of walking around with some other chick or whatever, though. But I think that she said, "No, I'm gonna stay down with them," right? And I just wonder, like, all right, you know what? If females are expected to just stay down, or I'm not saying expected, but within reason, ride. I mean, this certainly seems like something that's all right, I'm gonna ride with you kind of thing, though. If you tell me that this is all false, then that seems like I'm gonna ride with you kind of thing, though, bro.
Unless he thinks you're guilty.
Unless he's been provided something where it's just like, no, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't want to like, I don't know.
I'm gonna let you get this one off because we had conversations about some speculations of what we thought was gonna happen, and it just so happened that your particular guess or reading between the lines or whatever the case may be, you ended up being correct. So I'm gonna let you set this story on up.
So we're talking about Stephen A. Smith lobbying for Shannon Sharpe to come over to First Take. And so I mentioned to that it would make sense, right? It would totally make sense because I think that Shannon Sharpe's personality is a for TV personality. And then throughout all of that, he Stephen A. Smith said yes. I would ride for Shannon Sharpe to come on over here, not just that I'm pushing to it. And I thought that it made sense. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's a good look. Him leaving Fox to ESPN, boom, it made sense. And it happened, right? And so the details have still been ironed out. But I think that they said something to the effect that he's going to be on just twice a week, though. I thought that he's more every day. But they were basically saying twice a week. And I think that, to be honest with you, I think that gives him twice a week, it makes his appearances seem more of the specialty, like almost like the guy Mad Dog Russo, right? He's on a certain day. And I listen, at first, I guess if you are a New York old school radio listener, you're very familiar with it. I wasn't familiar with him, but I was like, it took a little getting used to. Now I actually like when he's on. I think his takes are wild. I love seeing how awkward it can be at times with him and JJ Redick and their takes about basketball. But it took some getting used to. I think that, but it does make when he's on seems like, oh, this is a special treat. I like the idea of Shannon being there twice a week because it seems like First Take becomes more of like a variety show, right? It's like they have so many different guests that come on, whereas to Skip and Shannon, it was primarily them. And so I like that, hey, he's here the 2 days. It's still Stephen A. Smith's show featuring these featured guests. And so I like the idea though, bro.
I don't like it. I'm not I know this is gonna sound a little haterish, but my thing is I just don't like the way that Stephen A communicates anymore. Like he's so over the top, and I feel like Shannon was so grounded. Like when he got upset, it was for a legitimate reason and not just to like, okay, we need ratings, so I'm gonna raise my voice here. Like it felt like when they had disagreements with him and Skip, it was a genuine, if they rose their voice, like it was for a purpose. And so to me, if Stephen A can go back to how he used to, like in the beginning when he was talking with Max Kellerman, how they just actually had debate, okay, I might be interested in it. And obviously I would want to see it, but I don't know, man. I want to know what Shannon's bigger plan is. Like, this is cool. It's going to be cool to, see what the ratings are when he actually appears, over some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see what happens after a month, because obviously people are going to want to see the first show to see what he's going to sound like, what they're going to talk about. But I want to see that. Give me a month of data. Let me see what it looks like with Shannon and Stephen A. But I'm just not a fan of how he debates anymore.
Listen, I think that this is the one thing. I think that Shannon Sharpe seems to speak with genuine passion about a topic, about a debate topic. I think that Stephen A. Smith can appear to be passionate for the sake of it's good television, right? And I think that what makes Shannon Sharpe's points more, if Shannon Sharpe was doing the same thing, listen, shout out to him because he would have fooled me. But I would honestly believe that when he is getting there and he had them heated ones with Skip, it's because I think that he was genuinely, like, they walked off the set still feeling heated. Like Shannon, Stephen A. seems like he could just say, okay, next topic, and we ain't it ain't no lingering on from it though, man. And so you know what though, I am curious though on how Undisputed will look, because I've seen Skip say, "Oh, we're gonna have Wayne on more frequently." And I'm gonna be honest, I think that Wayne says some cool stuff, but I think that Wayne's he seems to be, to me, too cool for school, to where I don't really think that. I think that he would be good for like some extra sprinkles. But I think that when I've seen Wayne in interviews and everything like that, I never see him like with this animated personality that he has when he's actually rapping. But when he's actually speaking, he's very calm. I think he's very well spoken, but he's so chill. I just don't know how that would work though, man. It just seems like it would be like Skip maybe like overpowering him and dominating the conversations way though, bro.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they basically took the First Take model. I would have preferred him to just find another permanent guest to stay in that lane. The fact that you are now basically switching guests like First Take that's where it's just less like you just following a trend to me.
They were trying that. They tried that with them having Michael Parsons come on. And then he was gonna come on once a week. They would have Michael come on every once in a while, a Rappaport, and that was cool that it was every once in a while. But the fact that they're talking about it's a regular, I was saying no, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I am more and more leaning towards watching people like Draymond Green, what's my boy, Paul George. I'm more interested in their stuff now than I am watching the mainstream stuff, just because it feels like they're just trying to do anything to stay relevant, whereas these players have just a built-in audience right off the cuff. Like I like watching Logan Paul on his podcast where he brings wrestlers on there because it's like they just competed together, you know what I'm saying, and they're having conversations. I even like Pat McAfee a lot. Just because everything on his show seems pretty genuine. Like he got into it with Adam Schefter the other day. That like if Adam Schefter had been in studio, I could see them having to take a break because he was how when you start leaning into the camera because you just like, I can't believe you saying this. I ain't never seen Adam Schefter look like that because they was having a conversation about the running back with the Colts.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. So yeah, I like I said, I'm leaning more towards
Jeff Teague, by the way, on the new podcast is hilarious though, bro. I never even thought that he was like that. And seeing him after, I say, yo, he new podcast. Like I said, I think that your boy Paul George's podcast probably slid up to like #1 in like sports related or new podcast and everything like that. But Jeff Teague's stories are hilarious, bro. His perspectives on them very hilarious, man.
He the new Charlie Murphy.
Oh my gosh, man. Tells excellent stories though, bro.
Yeah. Well, look, let's get into our last topic for today, bro, so we can kick this weekend off. So a while back, we saw this clip of this chick who basically, it looks like from the clip, it kind of looked like she caught her dude cheating, right? And it doesn't feel like this is the first time that he had been cheating. And it felt like also that the way their relationship kind of ran was like, look, it was okay for him to cheat, but she better not step out. And so finally she was like, look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna stay together. We got kids. We got this house. We got these businesses and all, whatever else we got going on. We gonna keep all that going. But we done. You gonna do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing. Don't bring me no babies back. Don't bring me no diseases back. You do you, and I'm gonna go out here and do me because apparently you seem to think that works for you. But I'm about to go out here and do me. You don't ask me no questions. I'm not gonna ask you no questions. Just don't bring me nothing back and don't bring no kids back. And he was just kind of left with his mouth open. Bro, what do you think about this? Is this the new model that relationships is about to take?
Okay, so this is the thing I think, and oh my god, I think, bro, that it's not for me, right? Definitely not. I couldn't. Listen. This is my thing. So there's so many different levels to this one, right? That I would have to have a better understanding. Because if homeboy has stepped out and he had a history of it, I would need to know exactly what he's looking for out there in the streets. We've kind of talked about it on the pod, off the pod, that just some guys are just variety, right? It doesn't matter how dope their girl is. It doesn't matter how long they've been together. It's just some dudes still think that they prefer variety. Some dudes, other guys love the chase, right? You know, that's the thrill basically though. So I would have to understand from him what exactly is his big thing if he's had a history of doing it. But I think that most of the time though, most guys who would step out never anticipate staying out. It's I'm gonna step out and I'm coming back. But I think that most guys are almost like what she described, where they would feel like if I stepped out, I know why I'm stepping out. So if she's never told me of a need to step out, then I can understand why a guy would almost feel like, well, I can, but you can't, or I would have a problem with it or whatever, because I plan on getting back. And most guys typically think that women associate stepping out as being more of an emotional thing though, right? So it's not at all for me. If that's what somebody else, I actually could see that working for somebody though, bro. As crazy as it sounds, you got to think though, right? You brought up Will Smith and Jada. They're still technically married, but they've actually said that they've seen other people before, where it was like maybe it was open or not, but they were aware that each other were seeing other people, and they can't necessarily be the only ones. And so even though they're celebrities, they got money, they got businesses together. Somebody who's a regular old person could be getting good money with and have a good business relationship with their spouse, and it makes sense for them to, for the sake of their businesses and everything and all the other relationships under their umbrella, to stay together. And so even if that meant that they go out and they have these other side relationships, if it's an understanding and a conversation, I can see how that would work. It's not for me, but I can totally see how that would work for somebody else though.
So they basically made marriage a business.
They basically made their marriage a business, because you think about it though, right? Is it, technically speaking, while you have your vows and you have the spiritual aspect of it, there are benefits of being married as well. You get cheaper insurance, right? You get the idea of sharing wealth and sharing your income, splitting bills. And so you have that financial cost that comes along with it. And then on top of that though, man, I think that you think about it also, right? The circles you move in are different because you're married, right? So now you have other married circles that you can parlay information off of. You're in so I understand that now you're in the business of being married. And then not just that though, I mean, you technically can say, hey, I took my vows serious, right? My vows were to stay in this relationship through sickness and health, through good and bad. And now your relationship just looks different than what it looked like when you originally took your vows, but you're sticking with your vows. So, I mean, I can, like I said, I can see why it could work for somebody though, bro.
Okay, what do you think about? So I know you've seen like the sister wives and stuff like that. What do you think about relationships like that? Having
it's weird, like. But listen, man, like I said, polygamy is not something for me. It's not something for me. But at the same time, though, man, like when people always talk about, oh yeah, you know, you guys have this what do they call it though, man? This Americanized or Western civilization based idea of marriages. I'm gonna be honest, I still do. I still look at marriages in a very traditional sense, and whether that's by the Bible or if that's pushed on me by a modern civilization, I still believe in it though, bro. I still believe in one woman, one man. So I think that from that regards though, man, that's why if someone says, well, I have my opinion, but if somebody says, well, your perspective on it isn't open enough to accept it, so maybe it's not a conversation for me, that's understandable. But I think that the way I look at it though, man, is that polygamy in itself, I understand that y'all got, you got these kids and you're building your own little community and it's your own ecosystem. That's all cool though, man. But it's too much for me though. And not just that though. I never see polygamy where it's a matriarch, where there's a woman with multiple guys. It's typically the guy with multiple wives, though, bro. So what if there's a female who has enough bread to support 6 different guys? I've never seen that though, bro.
This is very true. I'm sure it's out there, but yeah, I ain't never seen it though. I ain't seen no TV show, no series about it though.
And not just that though, right? Do you? Let's look at it this way. Okay, let's say you have a guy, right? And you have a guy, and you introduce him, and you cool with him, and say, "Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and okay." So, do you go home? You say, "I'm about to go home," and say, "Oh yeah, what you gonna be doing at that?" Well, I gotta see what my wife's other husbands got going on. Do tell you that, right? Like that's a little wait, what? Yeah, I gotta see what my wife's second husband have to say, or my third one. Like, that's is he your husband also? Like, is it just, how does that work? Like, it's just weird, and I just don't think that.
Now that would be your brother, because that's brother husband, like
that's your brother. Wife. Yeah. So now you got it. So now she 5 dudes deep, right? And so it ain't your turn to hit the cakes that day. Like, come on, man. Like, it's like usually when you think about that, like, this is my thing. If somebody told me, if a guy says, "Hey, I got 2 girlfriends, or I got a wife and a regular live-in girlfriend, and we just all 3 of us, we're in a relationship with each other." Like, here's a perfect example. What I could see, I could see 2 girls who are in a relationship. And I can see 2 girls that are in a relationship being attractive physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever, to another guy, right? And then they say, you know what? The guy is equally attracted to in the same way that those females are attracted to him. So in that point, they're all together. So everything they do is together, whether it's, break bread spiritually, if it's sexually, everything is all 3 of them. And if it's just the 2 of them at times, that's acceptable within their thing. I think that that's something that as a man, I suppose I can understand, right? But I think that my masculine brain couldn't wrap itself around the reverse of that, though. That's probably where I look at it. But I totally see a guy.
But I can guarantee you it is happening. Matter of fact, I almost know that it is. I think I saw a video, but what I'm saying is, like, with the Sister Wives, there was an actual show, right? Where it was a series where they did it. I don't think you're gonna see the series where it's the reverse, the brother husbands.
I don't think you will either, though, bro. Like, listen, I'm gonna be honest. If I see a girl,
the research department on my end said there is a show, The Brother Husbands, bro.
Man,
listen. She said it's a web show.
Okay. I think I did see that. I did see it. I saw something. Yeah, I saw something where I saw a black female, and she had 2 black guys that she was dating, and it had a third one that was basically kind of being introduced and everything, where she was basically saying, "Oh, this is an ex-boyfriend of mine that I'm also trying to get down with and bring him on the team." And listen, I'm gonna be honest. All I saw was 1 female with a whole bunch of mouths on that box and 3 lanes, bro. And that's how my brain processed it. I see 3 lanes, 2, one main lane, 1 secondary lane, and 1 third lane, because the third one isn't as lame because he's aware of the other 2. And he's just probably looking to get some cakes, right? But then there was 1 first lane who accepted the idea that his wife wanted to go ahead and let somebody else smash. But the fact that she brought in a third dude, to me, tells me that it just seems like it's a physical thing and that maybe she likes variety. And my thing is that I'm just saying, I can't help as a guy but think, how good are them cakes to where these other dudes say, I ain't found nothing else better. And I can't find nothing else better than this. And this woman looked like she's almost 50 years old at least, though, bro. Like,
yeah. Now there's a
Stop the
couple of
madness,
shows
bro.
though, bro. There's a couple of shows. You got Seeking Brother Husband, and then you got Brother Husbands, and there's some more shows. So I stand corrected, my brother.
My brain just sees. Listen, and I know that none of these people in this show are in their 30s. My best guess would be that this would be a show full of people in their late 40s, early 50s.
Nah, bruh. Not this one couple I'm looking at, bruh.
Really?
And this show is on TLC, bruh. I'm gonna send you this link so you can just see, so you can see the picture of the couple. Copy it. Don't click on it because it's gonna probably take you off of StreamYard, but just copy it and then post it in another tab, bruh.
They look old too, though, bro. Let me see something.
They don't look that old.
Says,
She don't look
okay,
like
listen. Okay, hold on. It says
I'm talking about
Kenya-
the nah. I'm talking about
brother husband.
It says the Ashley's reality roundup, right? And it's got a black dude, a white girl, and another white dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't look that old, bro.
Them boys look. Hold on, man. Hold on. You talking about? Okay, let me see something, bro. Because I'm.
Do you see he got the purple shirt and he got on the blue shirt?
Yeah, I see that. Seeking brother husbands. Okay, hold on. Let me see something right quick here. Okay, let me see something here. Because I got it now. You got me curious on how old they are. We first meet the to whom the Ashley is discovered. Name is Ken. Okay, no. So I think that show when they talking about that, yeah. So that show when they're talking about the Ashley, and that's even though they had that one with the black guy, the two white girls, I think that's the kind of the initial picture, basically. But the show that this is about is the one that I thought, where it was the black lady and the two black guys.
I see the black, and they look pretty old. Yeah.
They look old. And like I said, and she was in there. I saw a scene where she was trying to bring in another ex-boyfriend into her fold. And I'm thinking like, yo, she building a roster now though, bro. And I get that, from her perspective, it could be fruitful to everything that she got going on though, man. But listen, bro, you can't sit there. I don't know. But I'm looking at them two dudes on there, bro, and I can see them. I can see all of it. I can totally see it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I see is some high mileage cakes and two lanes, bro.
Yeah. What you got up for the weekend, bro?
Listen, bro, I am so I'm back in the lab though, man. It felt great. I'm working on some production. And this weekend it's a lot. I had a lot of invites going on for this weekend though, bro. It's still me and the homie, so we sitting here just been kicking it. It's been real dope. I think I might actually get on out a little bit. And there's a UFC fight, so I got one of the homies that's kind of doing the gold shindig for that I might check on out though, man. But for the most part, I think that we just kind of freestyling it, bro.
That's what's up.
What's good with you though? Man,
as you can see, I'm currently in the lab. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm re-recording one of the songs that you know of. And doing that, and that's about it, man. Just chilling, trying to get this girl well so that she can, go be fighting these kids up here. Speaking of fighting kids, bring that up. We gotta talk about that Tuesday, bro.
Oh my gosh, bro.
We gotta talk about that on Tuesday. We gotta talk about the account that little girl gave, bro.
I saw that it was calling her the BBW, bro, and I fell out laughing.
Bro, listen, we fell out laughing at that. Hey, it was so much in there that, listen, it was epic.
Let's get the music going, bro. Let's get them going.
All right.
Doesn't matter what your name is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you
of
dig
all
it,
time.
sucker?